Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, is one of the most relatable superheroes in pop culture because unlike many of his wealthy counterparts, he's often portrayed as struggling financially. Let's break down his wealth, or lack thereof, based on his life in the comics and movies. Peter Parker typically works as a freelance photographer for the Daily Bugle, earning money by selling photos of Spider-Man. In the real world, freelance photographers in New York City might earn around $50 to $200 per photo, depending on the publication. Assuming Peter sells 10 to 20 photos per month, his income could range from $3,000 to $4,000 monthly. On an annual basis, that's approximately $6,000 to $48,000, though his earnings fluctuate wildly depending on how many photos J. Jonah Jameson decides to buy. In some storylines, Peter also works as a scientist or lab assistant, jobs that typically pay better. A junior scientist in New York might earn around $60,000 to $80,000 annually, giving Peter a more stable income during these periods. However, his academic pursuits and superhero duties often interrupt these opportunities, leaving him with inconsistent earnings. Peter's major expenses include his small New York City apartment, which could cost around $1,500 to $2,500 per month, depending on the neighborhood. He's also constantly replacing his Spider-Man suits and web fluid, which he invents and manufactures himself. These costs are likely in the thousands annually, especially considering the high-tech upgrades he's made to his suits in some versions of the story. Despite his financial struggles, Peter occasionally benefits from the generosity of others. In certain storylines, he's lived rent-free with Aunt May or received support from allies like Tony Stark. In the MCU, Tony gifts Peter the high-tech Iron Spider suit, worth millions in materials and design. While this doesn't directly add to Peter's personal wealth, it significantly increases his access to resources. So, how rich is Peter Parker? Without Tony Stark's help, Peter's personal net worth is likely modest, around $10,000 to $20,000, reflecting his savings, occasional income spikes, and low-cost assets. If you include Tony Stark's contributions, such as the Iron Spider suit, Peter's potential access to resources skyrockets into the millions. However, Peter himself rarely keeps any of this wealth, staying true to his humble, everyman persona. If you enjoyed exploring Peter Parker's financial struggles and hidden resources, hit that subscribe button for more fascinating dives into the finances of your favorite superheroes. Thanks for watching.